children, good morning to all. Welcome back to online classroom of Sri Gokulam Public School, Guruvayur. Children, in our last class, we have completed our 9th chapter in Indian economy. Today, we are moving to macroeconomic part. Today, we will start the second chapter from macroeconomics, that is national income and basic concept. National income is the one of the important macroeconomic concept. So before that you have to study about some basic terms in macro or national income. So first we will start with goods and services. In this video we will discuss about what is mean by goods and different types of goods. So let's start our section. Chapter 2, National Income, some basic concept. First we will discuss about goods and services. First of all, let us talk about the meaning of the word good. What do you mean by goods? All things that satisfy human wants are called goods. It is otherwise known as material goods. Material goods are tangible goods which can be seen and touched. For example, furniture, car, TV, pen, shirt, etc. When we talk about services, services are similar to good, but it is otherwise known as non-material goods. Non-material goods or services are those commodities which cannot be seen or touched. For example, services of a teacher, services of a doctor, etc. Then next we are moving to classification of goods and services. We have already discussed about that goods are divided into material goods and non-material goods. Material goods are further divided into consumer goods and producer goods, intermediate goods and final goods, goods for self-consumption and goods for exchange. Non-material goods are divided into economic services and non-economic services. Okay. So, first we will discuss about the classification of material goods. Material goods are divided into consumer goods and producer goods, intermediate goods and final goods, goods for self-consumption and goods for exchange. So, first classification is consumer good and producer goods. Consumer goods are those goods which directly satisfy the consumer wants. They are categorized as first one, consumer durable goods. Consumer durable goods are those goods which can be used for long period. For example, TV, house, washing machine, etc. Then second one, semi-durable consumer goods. Semi-durable consumer goods are those goods which can be used for a period of 1 year. For example, dress, textbook, shoes, etc. Then the third category of consumer good is single use or non-durable goods. These goods which can be used for single consumption. For example, juice, pizza, vegetables, etc. The next one, producer goods. Producer goods are those goods which helps in further production of other goods. These are two types, durable producer goods and non-durable producer goods. Durable producer goods are those goods which can be used repeatedly in the process of production. For example, machinery, equipments, etc. These are also called capital goods. Then the non-durable producer goods which are used up in one-time production. These are also known as single-use producer goods. For example, gas, petrol, fertilizers, etc. So, this classification is on the basis of end use of the goods. That means, for example, your family car is durable consumer good. But if this car is used as a cab, it is considered to be a capital good. Similarly, an air conditioner in your bedroom is a durable consumer good. But an air conditioner in a hotel is a capital goods because it is used for further production of income. Okay, so the classification of material goods on the basis of its end use are consumer good and producer goods. Then the next classification of material good is intermediate goods and final goods. So what is intermediate goods? Intermediate goods are those goods which are used in the production of other goods for the purpose of generating income through resale of such goods. It also known as non-factor input. They lose their identity in the production process. Thus, a good may be called an intermediate goods if it is used for further production of some other goods and the goods are used for resale in the year of production itself. For example, raw materials. Then any expenditure on this intermediate goods by the producer is called intermediate consumption, and demand for such good is a derived demand that we have studied in microeconomics. Then the next one, final goods. Final goods are those goods which are produced for the purpose of final consumption or for capital formation. Okay. A good is called a final good if it is meant for personal consumption. For example, shirt, bread, pen, etc. And also it meant for investment purpose in the form of fixed capital asset. Then the expenditure on final goods by household is called consumption expenditure. Then the expenditure on final goods by producer is called investment expenditure. Okay, students. So, let's talk about the difference between, the distinction between intermediate goods and final goods. What are the difference between intermediate goods and final goods? The first one, the intermediate goods may be used as raw material for the production of other goods during an accounting year, whereas final goods are used for consumption or investment purpose during an accounting year. Then the next difference, the intermediate goods remain within the production boundary line because they are not ready for the use by their final consumption, whereas final goods are outside the production boundary line of production and they are ready for use by their final consumption, final consumers. Then the next one, intermediate goods may be resold by the firm to make profit, but the final goods are not resold. Then the next, further value addition is still possible in the case of intermediate goods, but the value addition is not possible in the case of final goods. Then the last one, the intermediate goods are not included in the estimation of national income, but final goods are included in the estimation of national income. These are the basic difference between intermediate goods and final goods. Then the last classification of material good is goods for self-consumption and goods for exchange. Goods produced can either be sold in the market for exchange value or be used for self-consumption. If it is sold in the market, it is known as goods for exchange, and if it is used for self-consumption, it is known as goods for self-consumption. Then, in both cases, the output produced is to be included in the national income. Okay. So, the next one, the classification of non-material goods or otherwise known as services. So, non-material goods or services are classified into economic services and non-economic services. The first one, economic services. Economic services are those services which generate income for the service provider. For example, the service of a paid doctor attending to his patient in it is an economic services, where non-economic services are those services which do not generate income, but they are useful for economic services. For example, a doctor attends to his son, and also the housewife's works, etc. are included in non-economic services. They do not generate any income. So these are the classification of goods and services. So in this class we have discussed about what is good and services. What is good and services? All things or activity that satisfy our needs is called goods and services. And these goods and services are classified into material goods and non-material goods. Material goods are further divided into consumer good and producer good, intermediate goods and final goods, goods for self-consumption and goods for exchange, and services are divided into economic services and non-economic services. So that was today's section. So children, as usual, watch the URL and attend the test paper without any fail, and download your notes and make use of these available resources. So children, see you in the next class. Bye.